Whether you like to believe it or not, SmackDown is gaining a little bit of identity for itself. Hello, boys and girls. You are now listening, if you're on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and Podbeans, and watching, if you're on the YouTubey thing, Peter Talks SmackDown. And it was a damn good SmackDown. And this is episode, by the way, this is episode 47. I always forget to look up what episode it is, but it's 47. Last Wednesday's Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling was like 76 or something like that. We never check, but again, I got to stay on top of it. As for this SmackDown, Tampa Bay, Florida. They're still down in Tampa, it seems. And I'm going to just say this about that announced team. It is by far, I look forward to listening to those guys more than anybody. Okay? I'm going to put that out there. And I'm not being biased to the WWE product. I'm not. I'm just saying. Ranallo, Byron Saxton, heel King Lawler, they sound terrific. And just listening to Ranallo's big booming voice, man, it's something to behold, man. I'm just gonna say that shit's fun to listen to, especially a heel King. It starts off with a Rumble recap of Roman Reigns, him in the Rumble, how Triple H won, and then they go into, you hear Ranallo's voice, and it's like, boom. We find out today that the Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose will be on Chris Jericho's highlight reel. And then we get a title defense, U.S. title defense, between Kalisto and Neville. And the first thing you're thinking is like, whoa, cruiserweight division? Much? I was pretty excited when I saw it was going down. And the match in itself was really, really good. Too short, though, but good. It starts off. Tampa! Yep, it's the New Day. And they're out to basically shoot on The Rock. And whoever the fuck else has pissed them off over the past couple of days. And they show The Rock, they recap The Rock, and then his run-in with the New Day and them going back and forth. They shoot on fucking Rock. They're like, fuck that motherfucker. And then The Miz come out, and he's like, yeah, man, I feel y'all. He disrespected me, too. I'm a A-lister. I'm a motherfucking star, And then the Usos come out, and they shoot on The Miz. They're going after the fucking Miz. And then the New Day are like, we're going to defend The Miz against y'all coattailing asses. Your fucking uncle, coattailing your uncle. Like, it's just this thing. I was like, wow, man, if I was ever a bad guy, I definitely want to be on the side of the damn New Day. They will have your back. It looks like they're about to fucking whoop the Usos' ass because it's 4-on-2. You're outnumbered. What's going on? And then the Usos are like, no, we're not. Out comes Titus O'Neil, not to his music, to the Primetime Players' music. I think they're just gonna stick. I think they're just gonna give Titus the Primetime Players song, unless someone just fucked up. And then you also get Job Ziggler. And he comes out, and they run in, and there's a brawl, and the faces stand tall, which results in a match. We get The Miz with the New Day versus the Usos, Titus, and Ziggler. And it's a good match. Again, this show was great. Good match. Rather than going into a lot of detail, we get Titus O'Neil with the hot tag at the very end, and then chaos ensues. You get like the Usos diving onto some New Day guys, and then you got The Miz getting the fucking double kick into a Ziggler super kick into a Clash of the Titans. Titus. And the faces win. just good opening match, a lot of action. The match got a lot of time. You didn't see Job Ziggler getting treated like a geek, like he's been doing for the past 6 months. So if you're not watching SmackDown, shame on you. If you're a big fan of Ziggler, especially because, again, they are making that guy look like all sorts of geek on WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw, man. At least he gets a little shine here on SmackDown. So if you're a Ziggler fan, I would advise you fucking like man up and start watching SmackDown. You will love it. If you're just purely as a Ziggler fan. Then we get the U.S. title match between Kalisto and Neville. Two things to come, maybe three. One thing. Two things come to mind. I'm going to say it now. If the third one comes up, I'll catch up. But, again, the first thing that comes up in my head is like, oh, my God, this is going to be a legit cruiserweight, Japan Lucha Libre style match, like a really exciting match. This is going to be the prototype of, say, how Raw should be moving forward in terms of work rate. Like, let's up that shit, man. NXT's breathing down your throats, breathing down your necks. And y'all got to come up with a better product with a higher rate of work. You're a WWE product. If the son is out fucking shining the father needs to fucking catch up with the son. And that's what the fucking NXT thing is, man. And if you got Neville, you got Kalisto, you got a whole host of guys on that roster, your main roster right now, that could just work at a very high rate. Not like to an independent Shikara kind of shit, but I'm just saying they could pick it up a little bit. It's not like they're going to be on pay-per-views. It's not like they're going to get like the main event spots. Use Raw, use SmackDown as a means to fucking shine. And this is what I'm thinking here. Like, maybe what the WCW did with their cruiserweights is they didn't give them. Basically, they gave them a glass ceiling on how high they can go because they were so small. But WWE, they've thrown championships on small guys. So you can have like somewhat of a mid-card sort of cruiserweight style division, not a cruiserweight division, but a cruiserweight style division where you're going to see some incredible wrestling. And then these guys are going to get an opportunity to win the U.S. belt, Intercontinental belt, and yes, even the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And this looks like the start of this. You got Neville and Kalisto. How the fuck can you not just book it? Just book it. That's all you got to do. Just say, oh, these two guys are awesome. Put them in the ring, see what happens. 2, how did he get this match? How did Neville get this match? Did he win like some sort of U.S. Battle Royal or something, for the number one contendership? Or was this like a WWE's like, all right, whatever. Hey, Neville, you want a shot at the fucking U.S. title? All right, here you go. Or was this the U.S. Open Challenge? Is this a continuation of the U.S. Open Challenge that Cena started? They're not making a big deal out of mentioning what it is. It seems like because of Cena, the new way, well, it got cut off with Del Rio, but the new way a face is going to carry the legacy of the U.S. Championship is the fact that they're going to give open challenges. And I find it crazy that, and the match itself was really good, great back and forth. There was an outside spot, a Karana that was pretty sick. There was a spot where it was like they were just reversing on each other that ended in like a Hurricanrana as well. And then there was a super Frankensteiner off the fucking top buckle that was incredible that Kalisto put on Neville. The only problem was Tampa Bay, even with the canned noise, you guys were a bunch of fucking crickets. This is like one of the best matches of the week. And in terms of like just work rate and acrobatics, if you like your wrestling with a lot of whoop-de-doos and flip-de-flips, this was the match for you. And Tampa Bay sat on their hands looking at this shit. And it was kind of hard to believe, especially after that Frankensteiner. That place should have been unglued. And you know what? I don't like This Is Awesome chants, but that's what the fuck should have happened. After that, they got so much air. It was so amazing. Kalisto wins with a reverse. He reversed his body in midair out of a German suplex, belly to back German. And he hit and like a compromised version of the Salida del Sol. And it was fucking fantastic. 1, 2, 3, victory. Kalisto wins. I'm still looking at his reign as sort of skeptical. I don't know what the fuck the deal was when they dropped the belt on him the second. They took the belt from him in like 24 hours. They waited till the fucking next week to put him on a pay-per-view, then win it back. First title defense against a guy when Cena had the U.S. belt. Neville almost beat Cena. I mean, it was like twice that Neville could have beat Cena that someone interfered. And now he's doing the job to Kalisto. Clean. No struggle, no nothing. So I just go like, where the hell is Neville, man? Well, like, what's going on? And I don't know if you watched this show. I've been talking about, well, who's getting the push, Neville or Kalisto? Those guys are essentially the same idea of a wrestler. Small guy, aerial assault, just underdog. Who you're going to give the rub to, the guy in the mask or the guy with the ears? It seems because the guy with the ears has the ears that he's almost become kind of like he kind of like a comedic to a certain degree. What he's been doing recently, he's been putting funny roles backstage. The thing with the Miz, they just dropped that. What they did with the Martin Luther King, and he was the funny little white guy sticking his hand in where all the brothers were. Christmas, they had him back there with like fucking Santa ears on. I'm not someone who's complaining about this. I'm just saying, like, I just remember who was going to get that wrestling rub, and it seems they used Neville as a means of comedy with a fighting spirit, but they're serious as a heart attack about Kalisto. Again, what they did with that U.S. belt and him winning it, losing it on SmackDown, and then winning it again on the Royal Rumble, it will go down in the history books as one of the most random bookings in the history of the fucking WWE. Like, seriously. And it's hard for me to take him serious. It's hard for me to look at Neville and be like, not Neville, but Kalisto, and be like, okay, guys, they're behind him. No. He may just be a placeholder. And it happens. Shit happens. And that's going to be WWE's fault because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Sometimes. Most cases. Next up, we get the highlight reel with Reigns and Ambrose. And they are almost in the ring looking like Edge and Christian. The way they got them going back and forth, kind of like a dysfunctional couple almost to an extent. About being in the ring together. Jericho's asking about, well, what about your guys being in the ring together? And Ambrose was like, being bros and stuff. And it's like, we get over things. But when the bell rings, I'm punching him in the mouth. And then Reigns is just blah, 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 blah. I think even look for I Am the Iron Man. Look for those shirts because Dean Ambrose said that in that promo he cut. And I think Baron Saxton said it again. So look out for those shirts. Dean Ambrose, I am the Iron Man. All right? Don't say I didn't tell you so. But then they talk about fighting each other. They talk about fighting Lesnar. Ambrose is like, yeah, I'll whoop his ass. And Reigns is like, nah, you ain't gonna whoop his ass. He's a real beast, man. He's totally different. And Ambrose is like, well, look, check it out, dude. I ain't even got to beat him. So shut up. And Reigns is like, well, let it be the first. Because he goes, I don't have to beat him. All I have to do is beat you. And Reigns is like, well, that'll be a first. And then it looks like, the dissension or whatever. The Wyatt show up. And And they talk about how they slayed Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble, and then offers a challenge to the three of them, him and two of his disciples of choosing. And then after that, we see the debut of AJ Styles on SmackDown. He's doing his rounds. I hope he stays on SmackDown, honestly. And then we find out that the challenge that was issued from Bray Wyatt to Y2J, Reigns, and Ambrose was official, and they were going to be the main event. Next segment is the social outcast out there shooting on AJ Lee. AJ Lee. I got a tweet from Dan's dad. Not Dan, but his name is Diamond Dan. That's Jake, my partner in Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. His dad was once a wrestler, Wrestling Assassin 2. And he always sends us funny stuff on Twitter. He always makes a comment. And he made a comment like, they should give AJ Styles AJ Lee's music. It's all the same. And I'm thinking I should just do like I should do a mashup of AJ Styles coming out to AJ Lee's music. That would be pretty funny. But anyway, they're shooting on AJ Styles. They address that the end of Curtis Axel's reign is still in the Royal Rumble. And he's like, dude, it's AJ's fault. Get out here. I'm going to kick your ass. He calls him out. And we get AJ versus Axel. Again, AJ's a little dude. I mean, I guess that's part of the conversation right now. It's like, man, how small is AJ compared to everyone else? He looks really... You never know how short someone is until they're in a ring with, like, big motherfuckers. And, God, it's just Curtis Axel, you know. He's not like a big guy. I mean, he's not a really that big of a guy, and he dwarfs AJ Styles. But again, what's gonna happen here with AJ is they're gonna build him up just as a sleek assassin motherfucker. You know, he's another guy. You got Kalisto. He's a lucha guy, but he's an underdog. You got Neville, who's just an aerial act. The man that gravity forgot. But he's the underdog. AJ Styles is just a badass. They're not going to tag him with this underdog label, which I think gives him a great chance moving forward, okay? Well, anyway, during the match, there's a moment where Ranallo just goes ham on who AJ Styles is because, you know, Ranallo comes over from New Japan, Axis. And, you know, being the fact that he got his thing going on, the fight scene, and then independence, he knows exactly who the hell AJ Styles is. So I'm like back going like, uh-oh. Before the match even started, I'm like, sweet, Ranallo is going to call an AJ match on WWE, man. Like, that's dope. And he does all the accolades. He even brings up New Japan Pro Wrestling, the IWGP. He brings it up, champion. He brings all it up. Like, all right, dude, like, whoever the fuck's the producer's like, whatever, man. Speaking of the chains being off, you know, with Curtis Axel, the chains were off on Ranallo. And he just goes ham. He's like, boo, 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 New Japan, IWGP, boom. I'm surprised he didn't say Bullet Club. That would have been crazy. But anyway, heel King Lawler shuts him up. It was a thing of beauty. And the crazy part is, you know, King has been babyface for so long, and he could turn it on. You could tell he's having trouble trying to readjust to being a jerk. But nevertheless, you can see it. It was such a good moment where he's like, you want to talk about, for some reason, I knew he came in, Ranallo, you were going to run your mouth about all the things he's done. You want a fun fact? I own the most titles in this company ever. Of anyone in the company, I own the most. That's what King says, which is true. When I came to the WWE, what I did before I came to the big show didn't matter. He fucking just buries AJ's fucking New Japan background or ROH. Now, anyone who's thinking, oh, what is he doing? No, dude. He's a heel. It's not personal. That's show business. That's for you to actually have more sympathy for AJ, to get behind him, to prove King wrong. Now, anyone who talks about how King buried New Japan and the IWGP belt, you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. And I can't. Well, I just thought that sequence was really good. He does like this really cool. His thing is the Pele kick, but he could come from so many different places with it. He does it off the second buckle. I was like, fuck, lands it clean as a whistle. And then the Social Outcast at some point during the match, and this is a decent enough match, I guess. I mean, you're going to Curtis Axel. It's not like you're going to get like a super great match, but you got a good match, and Axel held his own. AJ looked like a star. The Social Outcast tried to earn their money. I think Bo Dallas is on one side. He goes and punches his ass, and then he fucking jumps on Rose and Bo Dallas or whatever. Who the fuck? Anyway, they're trying to earn their money. He takes him out. He gets inside. He fucking finally hits the Style Clash after, I would say 7 attempts since the Royal Rumble. He's finally hit the Styles Clash. Now, I got reminded of something. I completely forgot about this. The story of the Styles Clash and Yoshi Tatsu and a couple of, I think 2 more wrestlers that they fucked their own necks up. You're told when you're put into the Styles Clash to hold your neck back, not to go forward. As a natural reaction to move your neck forward, but you're a wrestler. Your whole point is that you take back bumps because you control your body to protect it. You protect your body, you move your body to protect it at all times. Hey man, Styles Clash, move your head back or you're gonna fuck your neck up. It ain't. You come to find out, it's not. I'm gonna say that. How am I gonna say this? This was Michelle McCool's finisher for quite some time. I forgot all about this. This was her move. I forgot what she called it, but it was like her move. And I remember not liking it when she did it. Right? AJ Styles picks it up. Styles Clash. We get 2 or 3 incidences off where someone hurts their neck. And then it's like, well, is he going to be able to hit it in WWE? Dude, if a diva was doing it, well, Michelle McCool was a women's champ. She was actually that wasn't the Divas division. It hadn't even started yet by the time that she was on there. And by the time she left, it was still the women's belt. And then it became the Divas belt. But she did it. She did it on all those jabroni-ass women. So a dude can definitely do it in the WWE. All I'm saying. We're going to see a lot of Styles Clashes. But again, these guys are so big. That's the big concern. He got Curtis Axel up again, and it looks scary because he's so small. Michelle McCool was like 6 foot, right? And the Divas division, the women are like average out to 5'8", 5'7", 5'9". At least there's that area below, like 3 or 4 inches. God, you're scraping the barrel trying to get a little bit of leeway out of the Styles Clash with these big motherfuckers, 6 foot, 6'4", 6'8" motherfuckers. But he wins with the Styles Clash, and he escapes. They try to kick his ass, but he escapes. It's a good showing for AJ, and it looks like it. And you know what? Let him run through the fucking Social Outcast. He's given like an old school traditional debut. Okay, he gets into the Royal Rumble. He has to face basically all the superstars all at once. He gets dumped out by another internet darling. Nothing wrong with that. Anyone who thinks he's supposed to win, you're fucking idiot. You're an idiot. I can't. So he gets a good showing at the Rumble. He gets a good victory over Y2J. Now he's given, a veteran. He was given the rub from a vet, a fucking multi-time world heavyweight champ, first ever dual undisputed champ And Chris Jericho, that's credibility. He gets him on a roll-up, but it's still a win. A win is a win. He didn't have to hit the Styles Clash on Jericho. He didn't. He shows up now. Now he has the whole social jobbers at his disposal. And one by one, boom, that's 5 victories. That's 5 victories. Right off the bat. He's going to look good for the next 2-3 weeks. And it's all right. And maybe he will face one-man band. What the fuck is his name? Heath Slater. Maybe he'll face Heath Slater at Fastlane. He's going to go through Bo Dallas. He's going to go through Adam Rose. He just went through fucking Curtis Axel. All that's left now is those two and Heath Slater. He's still no. Just giving them wins. Just giving them wins. He's come at a bad spot where they're pushing Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Brock Lesnar into WrestleMania. Okay? We got 8 weeks. 8 weeks, man. Let them have their day. While AJ Styles just works his way from the bottom up. Just goes up against guys he can beat. He beats them. He goes down in flames to Bo Dallas, and yeah, fuck it. He's fucked. Right? Hell, if he even loses to Ziggler, he's fucked. But just give him those wins. Just stack them up, baby. That's all you need to do. You get the Flairs walking to Gorilla, which leads to a Charlotte versus Natalya match, which is, again, everyone forgets. You forget how awesome Natalya is in the ring, and I swear to God, Charlotte was not on her best in this match. That sack of potatoes, man, I tell you. She needs to get a grip soon. She needs to really improve on some stuff. It felt like Natty was pulling teeth trying to get her to move from spot to spot. Ric Flair earns his money. He gets in the face of Natalya. Woo! Right in her face. And she's distracted to where Charlotte attacks the leg and then immediately throws on the figure 8. And then after Natalya taps out, she goes in for seconds and just applies the figure 4. And she's just sitting there in that figure 4 until Becky Lynch comes in for the save. I guess I don't know what's happening. I thought that's like, yay, thanks for showing up, Becky, all the awesome things you did, and now go eat a dick. But apparently she's still in the mix. She still doesn't like Charlotte, and she's still, a foe. So, moving on forward, I don't know if she has I don't know how they're going to position her. And everyone's talking triple threat between her and Becky Lynch. I mean, we'll see what happens because I'd imagine Becky Lynch will face Sasha Banks this Monday. If not this Monday, next Tuesday. To sort of finagle this 3-woman, this triple threat for the belt at Fastlane. And then we had R-Truth and the Goldust segment, which was fucking hilarious. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Goldust and R-Truth, the chronicles of R-Truth and Goldust. And looks like R-Truth is about to, start running. He's stretching and stuff. He has a sweet fucking WrestleMania 32 shirt on. By the way, it's WrestleMania, the star, right? The talks of Vince McMahon wanting to get away from the numbers. He's selling a shirt with the number 32 on it, okay, guys? But it's a sweet shirt. It's just a circle. It says WrestleMania. Right there, it says WrestleMania. And then it has 32 right there in the middle. And then it says Texas. By the way, this is my shirt. I made this shirt. Winning Formula shirts. They're on Etsy. Go to Cut the Music on Etsy. You can also buy this shirt. Only have 18 left if you're a Panthers fan. But that shirt was fucking sick. It was really, really sick. But they want to go jog. He wants to go jogging. And Goldust reapproaches him about becoming a tag team, Again, R-Truth thinks he's like coming on to him. He's like, dude, I don't swing that way. He's like, no, I wanted you to be a tag team. Called the Golden Truth. Yeah, man, go with it. And then he starts stretching, and then he pulls a groin, and he's like, oh, I need a groin massage. R-Truth, man, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's the oldest trick in the book. And Dust is just a good actor, you know. He can play. I don't know why he doesn't get many roles. I can see him as a psychopath in some sort of crazy movie. The guy really gets. I don't know what it's about the Rhodes family. All those guys are they're like performance actors. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They can go into a performance and stick with it and do like an awesome job. And Goldust's better than Stardust in doing that. But Jesus Christ, I was cracking up by his performance. Cracking up from R-Truth's performance. This is going to be a fun thing. I hope they do become a tag team, and I hope they don't, just drop it. It's like, well, you're annoying me. I want to fight you. And it's like the opening pre-show match on Fastlane or some shit. No, man, have fun with this. I mean, R-Truth's a good guy. I like this capacity of R-Truth they've been using for the past couple of months now, not as like some shucking and jiving idiot. And Goldust, who I thought was retired because when they dropped him in that Goldust thing, you just didn't hear from him, so you thought he had retired, but he's back. I thought he's back doing some serious stuff, but now he's back in a comedic role. He's still an awesome wrestler, and he's still great to have around as a mentor. Like the old guy sticking around, and he can be funny. And there's not much funny going on in the WWE right now. You may as well just throw this in there. I don't mind it at all. And we get to the main event. We get the Wyatts versus Y2J, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and you wonder who is it going to be that Wyatt chooses. And then you see Braun Strowman sort of just take a seat. Just kind of step off the apron. So he's at ringside. So we have the Bray Wyatt team consists of Bray, Harper, and Rowan. And with Braun at ringside, Ambrose gets the first hot tag, and then Reigns gets the second hot tag. That's when all chaos ensues, and then Braun causes the DQ because I think he catches a Superman. He catches a punch or something from Roman Reigns because he's on the apron trying to earn his money. And then when he finally hit the Superman punch on Bray Wyatt for the pin, Braun grabs the foot, pulls him out, causes DQ. Braun kicks everybody's ass. The fucking Wyatts destroy both. Destroy Y2J. They destroy Reigns. They destroy Ambrose. And just when you think all is lost, and they jump Reigns and they better put him in the Sister Abigail. Guess who the fuck shows up? A face Big Show. It's the Big Show. He's fucking face. That still pisses me off. That still pisses me the fuck off. You got this guy with this nuclear heat. Please retire. I retire. I'll be here for the next 10 years. Boo. Fuck you, Big Show. You retire. Get the fuck out of here. And then they turn him babyface. What a bunch of crock, man. Ugh, good. That's still the dumbest. So he comes out for the save, and it leads to basically, because he gets, in the Royal Rumble, he's eliminated by Braun Strowman, right? Braun Strowman eliminates both him and Kane. Like it ain't nothing. The passing of guard, here's the new dude who's going to do a lot of leg work for like just clearing motherfuckers out of the ring, because for years, it's been the Big Show, it's been Kane, just throwing motherfuckers out, and they're making it to the final 4, 6, 5-4, and then, getting tossed out of the end, because they're the biggest guy. The guy that everyone, as soon as they get into the ring, all the guys come together and try to get that big motherfucker out the ring. He got rid of both Kane and Big Show. Like it won't nothing. So again, Braun Strowman's that new guy. The new big guy. So he's showing up to just start a feud, I guess, because he tossed him out. You know, it's a story builder. That's what the Royal Rumble is. And it comes to a stare down between him and Braun Strowman. Do you want to see this match? I guess I could care less if they have it or not. You know, if they do, they'll make the best of it. Two big guys. I like watching the super heavyweights go at it, man. I'm always a big fan of Big Show and Mark Henry matches. You know, Big Show. It was another heavyweight. You know, just whatever. Just super heavyweights. It's fun stuff. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. You know, that was I think that was at the Madison Square Garden show that they showed on the WWE Network. It was fine, dude. It was good. The heavyweights. Again, Braun Strowman is green as goose shit. But it's not like he's going to be putting anyone in any kind of particular positions to where they can really get fucked up. The only thing he has, honestly, is that choke thing, that choke, and that's fine. It's not like he's going to be putting any hurricanranas on motherfuckers and may break their necks. So why not Big Show? Big Show can teach him a thing or two in the ring. It's cool. He's going to take his place. May as well fucking assist him. So just when you think all hope is lost, the babyfaces sort of gather their fucking like wits, and they take it to the fucking Wyatts, and the faces stand tall in the end. You know, with a spear, they I think Big Show is about to get choke slammed or something. He choke slams, whatever, man. It's just a clusterfuck of things that goes on. But the babyfaces stand strong as the Wyatts sort of go up the ramp, and that ends SmackDown. I enjoyed it. I didn't tune out at any point in the match, even with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt in the same ring. I didn't tune out. I didn't tune out to nothing. The skit was awesome. If I start from the top, you talk about Ranallo, Hill King, and Byron Saxton. Great, man. This New Day segment was decent enough. I mean, we got a great match out of it. Kalisto versus Neville. I hope we see more of this. And maybe this is the start of something big for SmackDown, if not for the WWE, to do more like traditional like cruiserweight style matches that are just, the work rate is just incredible. We get fucking, AJ Styles, coming out with a victory. We're getting more and more of him, and we hear Ranallo doing his match. We see Natalya, and I don't know, we saw Natalya, and we got the skit and a decent live. I got nothing bad to say about SmackDown. This point in time, because again, I got some homies that are just like, fuck SmackDown. And I'm like, dude, I'm proud right now to be a SmackDown guy. Very proud. This is going to be a really good product where, people going, if you're at, or you going to check in to listen to what I have to say about it, great. Look at the show. Watch the show, man. Watch the show. You feel me? God almighty, it was fucking good. It was good. Just where you thought like wrestling was in such bad place. I mean, you talk about last week's ratings was like almost to a 4 million viewers. AJ Styles. I mean, the Royal Rumble was good, and anyone who wants to bitch and complain because you just suck it, dude. Go and listen to my past stuff, man. I'm not like someone who makes excuses for this fucking booking that they do. Jake does. I don't. I call it where I see it. If it's worth a goddamn, I give it praise. If it ain't worth a goddamn, I'm like, fuck off. So they keep this momentum up. Keep the momentum going. I'm excited about Fastlane. I'm excited about these new feuds. I'm excited. So thank you for checking out episode 47 of Peter Talks SmackDown. Hit the subscription button below. Again, I've been off of, the New Day podcast. We will be back Monday, all right, for a kick-ass podcast. That's me and Nathan Newman from Eyes on the Ring. I am Day. My last name is Day. His last name is Newman. So New Day podcast. I think it'll be episode 20. We got Peter Talks Sports. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on in sports this Tuesday. Peter's Raw Recap. That's out there every Raw. That's next Monday. Only YouTube exclusive. Then we have Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. The flagship to everything that you see on this channel is me and my friend Jake. He has Jake Grandy. He has a website. He has a podcast called Faster Than the World, where he reviews NXT. And then there's this Peter Talks Smackdown that goes up on Saturdays. Friday nights, Saturday nights, whatever. This is Saturday night. Another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. Well, anyway, that's the content from PJTW Central. And that is the Twitter handle, PJTW Central. Hit me up. Like, subscribe, hit the button, heart, all that stuff, Comment. Do all that shit. Sharing. Put it on your Facebook. Tweet it out. Put it on your goddamn Instagram. Hell, if you have Snapchat, you can even snap that shit. I'm listening. I'm watching Peter Talks Smackdown. That'd be so nice of you to do. That'd be so nice. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Dead sports. Not a lot of sports. You like basketball or something? Football's done. We got to wait till the Super Bowl. That's what this is again. This is my shirt. Elements and all that shit. This, hopefully we get it out. I'll get it out to some people. Got great reviews on it. Got a good response from it. Sold a bunch of them. So go Panthers. Keep pounding. And watch out for those foreign objects. Peace.